The Parkers was more than just a sitcom. It was a cultural touchstone that captured the spirit of a generation. With its sharp humor, unforgettable characters, and standout performances, it became a beloved staple of television. As the years have passed, many of the talented actors who brought these iconic characters to life are no longer with us. In this tribute, we remember 35 The Parkers actors who have passed away, honoring their legacies, real names, and the indelible mark they left on the world of television. Yvette Wilson as Andel Wilkerson. Yvette Wilson was born on March 6, 1964, in Los Angeles, California. At the age of 35, she stepped into the role of Andel Wilkerson in The Parkers in 1999, bringing to life a kind-hearted, humorous best friend to Nicky Parker, whose wit and warmth made her a fan favorite across the show's run until 2004. Her comedic timing and chemistry with the cast lit up the screen, turning Andel into an unforgettable presence in the sitcom's lively world.
You had time to take your old friend out to dinner.
Well, nothing says I'm sorry.
And all of a sudden she enrolls at your school?
Stop it.
Looks like you throwing a Lady Egyptian party.
No.
But there was more to Yvette than her on-screen charm. She was known to have been married to Jerome Harry, a record producer, for a time. Her later years were overshadowed by serious health battles, including a fight against cervical cancer that she endured with quiet strength. She also struggled with kidney disease, requiring frequent dialysis treatments that took a toll on her body. Tragically, Yvette passed away on June 14, 2012, at the age of 48 in Los Angeles, California. Lamont Bentley as Hakeem Campbell. Lamont Bentley was born on October 25, 1973, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. When he was 26 years old, he joined The Parkers in 1999 as Hakeem Campbell, a charismatic and loyal friend whose youthful energy and charm added heart to the show through its 2004 finale. His portrayal brought a relatable mix of ambition and vulnerability, making Hakeem a standout in the college-centric sitcom. Lamont's natural talent shone brightly, cementing his place in the hearts of viewers.
Yeah, maybe Mariah's scary.
Tom, you learn how to take control.
What are you talking about?
I am talking about...
Look, baby, I told you. I'm all about us.
Away from the spotlight, Lamont was a devoted father to two daughters, Brazil and Peyton. His world took a sudden turn in early 2005 when tragedy struck. On January 18, 2005, Lamont lost his life at the age of 31 in Ventura County, California, due to multiple blunt force injuries sustained in a devastating car accident. Thomas Mikal Ford as Mel Parker. Thomas Mikal Ford was born on September 5, 1964, in Los Angeles, California. At 35, he took on the role of Mel Parker in The Parkers in 1999, playing a significant figure whose presence brought depth and humor to the series until 2004. His smooth delivery and knack for comedy made Mel a memorable part of the show's vibrant ensemble, endearing him to fans with every episode. Life off-screen was a different story for Thomas.
I can. Hello, all.
Absolutely.
I gotta be a blessing.
I'm sorry I won't be able to make it. That's a lot of folk to feed. How many young men?
Very comfortable as an old. He said, yes, you're an old fat fart. However,
he was married to Gina Sasso from 1997 to 2014, and together they raised 2 children, but the marriage ended in divorce. Health challenges crept into his later years, culminating in a ruptured abdominal aneurysm that landed him on life support. Sadly, on October 12, 2016, Thomas passed away at the age of 52 in Atlanta, Georgia. Suzanne Douglas as Constance McFarland. Suzanne Douglas was born on April 12, 1957, in Chicago, Illinois. When she was 42, she joined The Parkers in 1999 as Constance McFarland, embodying a strong, sophisticated character whose poise and grace elevated the sitcom through its 2004 run. Her performance added a layer of elegance and strength, making Constance a quietly powerful presence. Behind the scenes, Suzanne was married to Dr., Roy Jonathan Cobb, a neuroradiologist for over 30 years.
Now, he's down in Venezuela even as we speak.
Well, go ahead.
To live, I continue to.
And on the 20th take, Nick Castle turned to us and said, "This is it."
And they shared a daughter, Jordan. Her world shifted when she faced pancreatic cancer, a battle she fought privately with dignity. On July 6, 2021, Suzanne passed away at 64 in Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, her death attributed to complications from this relentless disease. Isabel Sanford as Evelyn Nana Smith. Isabel Sanford was born on August 29, 1917, in Harlem, New York. At the age of 84, she appeared in The Parkers in 2001 as Evelyn Nana Smith, a warm and wise grandmotherly figure whose brief but impactful role through 2004 added a touch of familial heart to the show. Her seasoned presence and gentle humor made Nana a beloved addition. Isabel's iconic career, notably from The Jeffersons, only amplified her charm here.
I understand that Jefferson's has been canceled.
I may surprise you. He can be a very understanding husband.
Are you sure?
God, we are getting someone to play Louise Jefferson. And
Beyond her career, her personal journey was just as remarkable. Isabel was married to William Edward Richmond from 1945 until his death in 1960, raising 3 children together. In her later years, health struggles emerged, including surgery on her carotid arteries to address circulation issues. On July 9, 2004, Isabel passed away at 86 in Los Angeles, California, from heart failure following these complications. Johnny Brown as Man. Johnny Brown was born on June 11, 1937, in St. Petersburg, Florida. When he was 66, he took on a minor but memorable role as Man in The Parkers in 2003, delivering a quirky moment that stood out in the series until 2004. His comedic flair, honed over decades, brought a spark to even this small part. Off-screen, Johnny married June Brown in 1958, and their nearly 60-year union produced 2 children.
This may break your heart. Listen to me, please. You know? Always on the side of the winner. Yeah, but they both can't win.
Late in life, he faced a sudden health scare after a fall, which led to cardiac arrest. On March 2, 2022, Johnny passed away at 84 in Los Angeles, California. Estelle Harris as Miss Agnes. Estelle Harris was born on April 22, 1928 in New York City, New York. At 71, she joined The Parkers in 1999 as Miss Agnes, a quirky and amusing character whose sharp wit lit up the show through 2004. Her distinctive voice and comedic timing made every scene she was in a delight. Estelle's fame as George Costanza's mother on Seinfeld only added to her legendary status here. Like her career, her personal life was a steady anchor.
I was thinking today. I never liked. Can't sleep in there.
Of course you can.
I can't. For a quart of milk, I come home and find my son treating his.
Estelle was married to Cy Harris for over 60 years after a 1953 car accident brought them together, and they raised 3 children. As she aged, her health naturally declined, and on April 2, 2022, Estelle passed away at 93 in Palm Desert, California, from natural causes tied to her advanced years. Nancy Wilson as Aunt Rita. Nancy Wilson was born on February 20, 1937, in Chillicothe, Ohio. When she was 64, she appeared in The Parkers in 2001 as Aunt Rita, a sophisticated and graceful character whose elegance enriched the series until 2004. Her brief role showcased the same poise that defined her legendary music career. Beyond the set, Nancy's life was a melody of its own. She was married twice. First to Kenny Dennis, with whom she had a son, and later to Wiley Burton, sharing 2 daughters.
We had a serious choir. It was absolutely wonderful. Yeah. And a lady with...
I've never studied this. I am not a person who became a teenager. I mean, I was allowed to go out a little.
a long battle with kidney cancer tested her resilience in her final years. On December 13, 2018, Nancy passed away at 81 in Pioneer Town, California, succumbing to complications from this illness. James Karen as Robert Van Lowe. James Karen was born on November 28, 1923, in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. At 77, he joined the Parkers in 2000 as Robert Van Lowe, a distinguished and charismatic figure whose brief appearance through 2004 left a mark with his seasoned charm. His effortless gravitas elevated every moment he was on screen. Off-screen, his personal story was one of enduring love. James was married to Alba Francesca for over 40 years, a union that brought him a son and stepchildren.
I did like them all, but I think Christopher Durant...
It's sad because, my gosh, he would have made a
Mark Connolly. And I said, totally.
In his later years, age-related health issues, including respiratory challenges, slowed him down. On October 23, 2018, James passed away at 94 in Los Angeles, California, from respiratory failure. Alfred Dennis as Aldo. Alfred Dennis was born on December 23, 1922, in the United States, exact location unclear. When he was 79, he joined the Parkers in 2001 as Aldo, a memorable supporting character whose presence added flavor to the show through 2004. His knack for bringing life to small roles shone through, reflecting his decades of experience. Alfred's subtle humor made Aldo a quiet gem in the series. As he aged, his health naturally waned, and on August 1, 2016, Alfred passed away at 93 in Los Angeles, California, from natural causes linked to his advanced age. Terry Rhoads as Reginald. Terry Rhoads was born on December 31, 1951, in Phoenix, Arizona. At 52, he appeared in The Parkers in 2003 as Reginald, a recurring character whose dry humor spiced up the series until 2004. His understated comedic style made Reginald a quirky addition to the ensemble. In his personal world, Terry found stability. He was married to Lisa Sims, an actress for many years.
Opportunity to introduce the judges to the finalists. So,
Beverly Hills Gun Club, the apex of my career.
Anything at all I can do for you in this difficult time, I'll do.
His life took a rare turn when he was diagnosed with amyloidosis, a disease that wreaked havoc on his organs. On October 11, 2013, Terry passed away at 61 in Los Angeles, California. Andre Rosey Brown as Lamar. Andre Rosey Brown was born on February 7, 1956, in Rockford, Illinois. When he was 46, he joined the Parkers in 2002 as Lamar, a memorable character whose larger-than-life presence stood out through 2004. His imposing frame and hearty laugh made Lamar a fan favorite in his brief role. Life beyond acting was less public for Andre. His health took a sudden hit in 2006, leading to a fatal heart attack. On July 18, 2006, Andre passed away at 50 in Northridge, California, his vibrant life cut short in an instant. Gary Coleman as Gary Coleman. Gary Coleman was born on February 8, 1968, in Zion, Illinois. At 34, he played himself in The Parkers in 2002, bringing his iconic persona to the sitcom through 2004 with a self-aware humor that delighted fans. His cameo was a nostalgic nod to his Different Strokes fame, blending charm and wit. His personal life, though, was a roller coaster. Gary married Shannon Price in 2007, but their relationship was stormy and brief.
When did you become my manager? Well, I figured up to me. I can't do a thing for you.
Yeah.
So, thank you for tuning in, but this is the first...
Health struggles plagued him lifelong, from kidney disease requiring transplants to a fall that caused an epidural hematoma. On May 28, 2010, Gary passed away at 42 in Provo, Utah. Mikal Taliferro as Kyle. Michael Taliferro was born on August 23, 1961, in Fort Worth, Texas. When he was 41, he appeared in The Parkers in 2002 as Kyle, a tough and imposing character whose intensity left a mark through 2004. His physicality and grit made Kyle a standout in his brief role. Off-screen, Michael's life was tragic. A sudden stroke upended his world in 2006, a health crisis he couldn't overcome. On May 4, 2006, Michael passed away at 44 in Los Angeles, California, his death a swift and sorrowful loss. Robert DoQui as Walter. Robert DoQui was born on April 20, 1934, in Stillwater, Oklahoma. At 67, he joined the Parkers in 2001 as Walter, a notable character whose gravitas enriched the series through 2004. His seasoned delivery brought depth to even a small role, reflecting his long career in film and TV. Beyond his career, Robert was married to Janie Michelle for many years, and they shared a life away from the limelight. Diabetes became a persistent struggle in his later years, leading to severe complications. On February 9, 2008, Robert passed away at 73 in Los Angeles, California. David Graf as health inspector. David Graf was born on April 16, 1950, in Lancaster, Ohio. At 49, he appeared in The Parkers in 1999 as a health inspector, a minor but memorable role that carried through 2004 with his deadpan humor. His brief turn added a fun twist, echoing his Police Academy fame. David's knack for comedy made every scene pop. However, his life off-set was a little sad. David married Catherine Graf in 1983, and they raised 2 sons together.
You won't be using live ammo. Now be careful, because a .44 Magnum has quite a...
Tragedy struck unexpectedly in 2001 when a sudden heart attack claimed his life while attending a family wedding. On April 7, 2001, David passed away at 50 in Phoenix, Arizona. Jean Sincere as Woman. Jean Sincere was born on August 16, 1919, in Mount Vernon, New York. When she was 83, she appeared in The Parkers in 2002 as Woman, a minor yet memorable character whose brief role through 2004 added a touch of seasoned charm to the series. Though her part was small, Jean's decades of experience in theater and television brought a subtle authenticity to the screen, a nod to her long career that included voice work in animated classics like The Incredibles. Away from the set, Jean married Charles Zamboni in 1942, and their union lasted over 60 years until his death, producing a daughter, Francesca, who followed her into acting. On April 3, 2013, John passed away at 93 in Los Angeles, California, from natural causes tied to her advanced age. Teena Marie as Teena Marie. Teena Marie was born on March 5, 1956, in Santa Monica, California. When she was 46, she graced The Parkers in 2002 playing herself, bringing her soulful charisma and musical legacy to the sitcom through 2004 in a cameo that thrilled fans. Her appearance was a celebration of her iconic status as the Ivory Queen of Soul, infusing the show with her vibrant energy and unmistakable voice.
But you know, we're not going to have any world if we don't have any. Around that time when, you know, like there was like really amazing hip-hop groups.
Newberry, he was doing a television pilot.
Her personal journey was as colorful as her music. Teena never married, but shared a deep bond with her daughter, Aaliyah Rose, born from a relationship with musician Peter Butcher. Her life was a whirlwind of creativity, but health struggles cast a shadow in her final years, including seizures linked to a 2004 accident when a picture frame fell and struck her head. On December 26, 2010, Teena passed away at 54 in Pasadena, California. Found by her daughter in her sleep, her death attributed to natural causes possibly tied to those lingering health issues. Dorian Wilson as Professor Stanley Ogilvy. Dorian Wilson was born on July 15, 1963, in Los Angeles, California. When he was 36, he took on the role of Professor Stanley Ogilvy in The Parkers in 1999, playing the handsome yet perpetually exasperated love interest of Nicky Parker through the show's entire run until 2004. His sharp wit and chemistry with Monique turned Stanley into a sitcom staple, blending charm with comedic frustration as he dodged Nicky's relentless pursuit.
In school, I don't need to be corrected. Hey. Doesn't mean that we're a couple.
We did it more than once.
I don't even know the guy. I can't live with a...
Dorian's portrayal was a masterclass in balancing humor and heart, making him a cornerstone of the series' success. Fast forward to today, he is 62 years old, still active in Hollywood with frequent guest roles and sitcom appearances that showcase his enduring talent. Monique as Nicky Parker. Monique was born on December 11, 1967, in Baltimore, Maryland. At 32, she burst onto the scene as Nicky Parker in The Parkers in 1999, embodying a loving, determined mother who enrolled in college alongside her daughter, steering the sitcom with her bold humor and larger-than-life presence until 2004. Her fearless comedic style and raw authenticity made Nicky the beating heart of the show, earning Monique accolades and a devoted fan base.
Get off your lazy behind. I think you are a wonderful man. I told you, I'm the professor's lady. No, you're not!
Her role was a launchpad to an Oscar-winning career, proving her range went far beyond comedy. In 2025, she is 57 years old, thriving in a career resurgence with stand-up comedy tours and dramatic film roles that keep her in the spotlight. Countess Vaughn as Kimberly Ann Parker. Countess Vaughn was born on August 8, 1978, in Idabel, Oklahoma. When she was 21, she joined The Parkers in 1999 as Kimberly Ann Parker, Nicky's charismatic and sometimes naive daughter, bringing youthful energy and pitch-perfect comedy to the series through 2004. Her bubbly personality and spot-on timing made Kim a fan favorite, her antics often stealing the show.
It's our way of saying goodbye to an old friend. All right. Horny up in here. Kim needs to speak to her man. What do you think you're doing?
Countess's prior fame from Moshe only amplified her impact in this breakout role. Now she is 47 years old, still active in entertainment with occasional reality TV stints and projects that keep her connected to fans. Jenna Von Oy as Stevie Van Lowe. Jenna Von Oy was born on May 2, 1977 in Danbury, Connecticut. At 22, she stepped into The Parkers in 1999 as Stevie Van Lowe, Kim Parker's stylish, witty best friend whose quick quips and flair lit up the series until 2004. Her playful chemistry with Countess Vaughn made Stevie a standout, adding a layer of fun to the college crew. Jenna's experience from Blossom brought a polished edge to her performance, making her a delight to watch.
I lived together until she married Jarrell.
Damn, he married
yourself at home, because my home is your home. Oh, God, the last time I said it. Where's your mom?
Oh, she's on her way. She said she...
In 2025, she is 48 years old, having transitioned from acting to a career as a writer and country music singer while raising her family. As we remember these 35 talented actors from The Parkers, their contributions to the show and to television will never be forgotten. They may no longer be with us, but their work continues to bring joy to fans old and new. Let's keep their legacies alive by sharing our favorite moments and celebrating their impact. Which The Parkers moment will you always cherish? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching and see you next time.